myself if Gadar 3 was ever offered to me. Or any film for that matter, I would not play a mother-in-law for the next 10, 15 years. And Gadar is not a TV serial where you have leaps. Tara is nothing without Sakina, and Sakina is nothing without Tara.
Hi, Ameesha. Welcome to ScreenBox. Congratulations on the tremendous success of Gadar 2. How are you feeling at the moment?
Of course, when a label of love does so well, we feel tremendously happy. But this time round, I think it is much more beautiful because uh, the success was a testimony of the fact that Tara and Sakina had lived in the hearts of people for 22 years, had not left, their love and affection had not left them, and they've been loved ever so long. That 22 years later, there were, of course, the lovers of Gadar 1 who saw the film. There was a whole new generation of people that saw the film. Just the other day, I was on flight and I had a few of my work people with me, and we kept a 3-year-old child kept turning around. And when I went to the washroom to exit upon landing, the mother asked, my secretary and my people that वो सकीना मैडम थी ना, हम लोग पहचान नहीं पाए क्योंकि कितने रियल लाइफ में कितने बच्चे जैसे लगते हैं, लेकिन मेरी बेटी बोल रही थी कि वो सकीना है, सकीना है, सकीना है. She was only 3 years old. So that of course it feels amazing to be loved so much second time round with the sequel. More so because people really had, not us, but people really had that out, कि चलेगी नहीं चलेगी, 22 साल बाद आ रही है, शायद नहीं चलेगी, and people kind of once again thought it was underdog film, like they had thought the first time around. So I'm glad it created history all over.
So the film recently premiered on ZEE5. It had its global premiere and it had a blockbuster response to it. My family personally watched the film on OTT. They were not theater lovers. They watched it on OTT and they loved the film. How has the response been on the digital premiere of the film? Did you watch it with your family?
I haven't actually been traveling. I had a chance to go on the platform and watch it. But I tell you, there are a couple of things that did not happen in the theater and that are on OTT. For instance, मैं निकला करती like that. So, it's a different viewing experience.
Okay, so apart from Gadar 2, which another hit of yours in your entire career would you want a sequel to be made of?
I think all it should be made a sequel of. Bhool Bhulaiya unfortunately already got made into a sequel with different actors. It would have probably been nice to incorporate and continue with Akshay's and my love story in the end, where he asked me to marry him and take it forward from then. If they could have it, look, Karthik did a splendid job, Tabu did a splendid job, Kiara did a splendid job, but it would have been a nice. I think people would have been more happy with getting the original cast with Vidya, me, Akshay, all of us back again, and also including maybe a new cast doing something interesting. But definitely, Hamraj to Kaho Na Pyar Hai, Honeymoon Travels Part 2, even Ye Hai Jalwa, people have loved it. So they had a Ye Hai Jalwa 2. I think this time round it will do really, really well. So yeah, there are so many of my films that could potentially be made to part 2 and would do well at the box office, I think, in my opinion. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but it seems to be the past 2 years, the season of sequels. Oh my God, True, Dream Girl, True, Bhool Bhulaiya, True, all 2s and 3s are doing so well. So people, I think, have, there's also a certain amount of loyalty and tick marks, so they come. Of course, no one has waited 22 years like another. So that is really again, record breaking in itself. That's I have to say that's historically.
And you also have an immense fan following in Pakistan. I think you must know. Did you receive any special feedback from there?
Every time a few of my releases in Pakistan, a few of my releases, the Pakistani fans is giving so much love and respect. And I don't know the difference between the fact that we're even two different countries or anything. Because when I was studying in America, my best friends were Pakistanis. We ate the same food, we spoke the same language, we had the same traditions and cultures. So much so that they used to always say that I wish our countries would merge and become one, you know. They were very open about that. There was no animosity. It was very beautiful. Then, of course, when Kahuna Pyare released, especially when Gadar 1 released, I had elderly ladies calling and saying कि सकीना मैडम आपने हम पाकिस्तानियों को कितना रुलाया हमने अपनी पोतियों का नाम सकीना रख दिया and things like that. They were very open because I think a film like Gadar never bashed any country. In fact, we taught people how to live with harmony. Sakina is more Muslim in part 2 than she has ever shown in part 1. If you see the amount of time you see me doing the mass, the tasbih, praying to Allah, and at the same time, in front of Guru Nanak Ji or praying to, it's actually showing people that love can win over everything. And you can live in harmony no matter what your religion. And he has never bashed. Even in Gadar 1, Sunny always said, Aapka Hindustan salamat hai, humne iski koi एतराज नहीं. Just don't say Hindustan Mundabad. And so that has always been the dictate of Gadar. It is a national film, but it's a patriotic film, but it does not put any religion, any culture, or any country down. So I think the Pakistani fans realized this and loved us for it because we didn't bash them.
Okay. So lastly, I want to do an interesting segment. You have to give one word each for your co-stars. So for Sunny Deol, what adjective would you use for Sunny Deol?
Sorry,
Are we sticking together? Right? I couldn't hear your question.
It's about your co-stars. I want you to give me one adjective for all your co-stars. For Sunny Deol,
Thorough gentleman, elegant, my favorite.
Utkarsh Sharma,
Utkarsh is actually not a co-star. He's a little boy. He still needs to come in his own. Someone I brought into the film industry, and he has to become a hero. He's not there yet, and I'm hoping he will. But he's a very sweet boy, and I wish him all the luck.
Salman Khan,
Salman Khan is my naughty star.
Shah Rukh Khan,
Shah Rukh is, I think, charm personified.
Hrithik Roshan,
Hrithik and I think I can't even again call him my co-star because we began together. It was, not someone like we were babies together and we grew. And I've known him since I was a kid as well. And I've seen him transform from this cute little geeky gawky boy to this Greek god. And he will always be special to me, but he's also very special as a friend because we've shared a lot of heart-to-heart conversations throughout our journey, because we were just newbies, not knowing where we're headed and what Kahuna Pyare would do and stuff like that. He got engaged to Suzanne in front of me. He got married to her in front of me. Like all these things happen. So he's still like he's like a buddy. He's not even like a co-star. I can't view him as just that.
and what would your dream storyline be for Gadar 3 as for Sakina?
What would be my dream if Gadar 3?
Yeah.
First of all, it's for people's dream that Gadar 3 should be made, and I think that it should have a befitting sequel. But if at any point the makers did think of a sequel, and of course they deserve it, producers definitely do deserve to encash on such a brilliant film. And if it was offered to me, I would only do it if there was more Tara and Sakina, because I know the feedback that I got from the audience that they were really missing a lot more of Tara and Sakina together. So yes, I would first of all only accept doing the film if there was a lot more Tara Sakina. And secondly, I would never do a film like you see the director's vision was never to make Tara and Sakina in-laws. And that's the reason he ended the film very smartly with just the immediate family and the hug. So there was no this daughter-in-law acknowledgement because she was not the daughter-in-law. It was just a helper who came back to India. Had it been a boy or an elderly gentleman or a lady, Sunny would have got them as part of the family and got them back because he knew their life was in danger there for helping his son. But yeah, the daughter-in-law aspect would not be there because Tara and Sakina are so sacred to the audiences and they want them to be evergreen. And Gadar is not a TV serial where, you have leaps. Suddenly, it's not Saas Bahu or one of those lovely and amazingly entertaining and super hit Balaji TV serials that take those sudden leaps of 20 years, 2 years. So I don't think audiences would want to see us like that. So I know for myself, and I speak for myself, if Gadar 3 was ever offered to me, and or any film for that matter, I would not play a mother-in-law for the next 10, 15 years at all. So, but I hope it gets a worthy sequel if it has to, and not just one for the heck of making a sequence. And I hope people don't have to wait 22 years.
And would you be interested in a spin-off for Sakina? Only Sakina?
Sorry?
Would you be interested in a spin-off for Sakina? Just Sakina and her previous life and her early life in Pakistan?
No, I would never be only happy with just Sakina because Tara is nothing without Sakina and Sakina is nothing without Tara. Yes, you could have some life that in between happened, maybe between part 1 and part 2. It could be Gadar 1.5. That would be interesting.